Dear learners, I am Ajay Kumar Karnati, teaching Russian in Center of Russian Studies in Jawaharlal Nehru University. I welcome you all to very important aspect of basic of Russian communication skills part 1. In this lesson, you will be learning about verbs of motion in Russian language. It is a fascinating aspect of Russian language. Once you learn languages, especially Russian language, you come across this aspect, the verbs of motion, which is a very, very important portion of a Russian language learning process. If a person going to his or her office by walk, a different verb is used. In case the movement happens, say, by mode of transportation like car, bus or train, or entirely different verb is used. Let's see the conjugation and usage of these verbs of motion in Russian language. Today let's talk about very simple verbs of Russian language. The first one is idти, which means to go. Idти, to go in a unidirectional way. And there is another verb which means to go in a multidirectional way, that is hadits. So idти used to denote a unidirectional way, hadits is used to denote multidirectional movement. Verbs idti and hadits indicate movement on foot. So important aspect of these verbs is that they express movement by foot. However, idti denotes, as already I mentioned, movement on foot in a particular direction, whereas hadits signifies either to and fro movement or movement in multiple directions. Both verbs are used in present and present continuous tenses, past tense as well as in future tense also, with combination of verb bits. We come across to that aspect in a later period. For repetitive movement, the verb hadits is used. Let's see the conjugation and usage of these verbs further. Idti, to go by walk. This verb is called determinate imperfective, indicates unidirectional movement. Idti. The conjugation happens in first person singular, second person singular and third person singular, as well as first person plural, second person plural and third person plural. Let's see the conjugation of the verb idti. Ya idu means I am going. Ti idyosh means you are going. On ana idiot means he or she is going. On means he, ana means she. On ana idiot, he or she is going. Mi idiom means we are going. Vi idioti means you are going. Ani idut means they are going. This way, ya idu, I am going. Ti idyosh, you are going. On ana idiot, he or she is going. Mi idiom, we are going. Vi idioti, you are going. Ani idut, they are going. Now, in the same way, you can conjugate the verb hadits. Like idti, hadits also has to be conjugated as per the first person singular plural, second person singular plural, third person singular and plural. Let's see the conjugation of hadits. Ti hodish, on ana hodit, mi hodim, vi haditi, ani hojat. Ya haju means I am going. Ti khodish means you are going. On ana khodit means she or he is going. Vi khoditsi means you are going. Ani khojat means they are going. The difference between itsi and hadis here we have to understand. Difference is that itsi, the verb itsi is used for unidirectional thing or movement, whereas verb hadis is used for multidirectional movement. Now let's see the conjugation of verb hadis. Just like itsi, it also conjugates as per the first person in singular plural, second person plural singular, and third person singular and plural. Let's see the conjugation of verb hadis now. Ya haju, I am going. Ti khodish, you are going. On ana khodit, she or he is going. Mi khojim, we are going. Vi khojitsi, you are going. And hani khojat means they are going. Ya haju, I am going. Ti khodish, you are going. On ana khojit, he or she is going. Mi khojim, we are going. Vi khojitsi, you are going. Ani khojat. Let's see further this conjugation of these both these verbs in practice, how they are different from each other and how are they used. Further we will see in examples. Now let's see to understand usage of itsi and hadith in form of dialogues. How they then, based on these examples, then you would understand what is the difference between the verb itsi and hadith. Question, answers and usages itsi and hadith based on a dialogue between Anand and Anton. So Anand is starting his dialogue. Anand, kuda bhi ijjot se. Anand is asking Anton, where are you going? Anton says, Ya idu biblioteko, I am going to the library. Anton answers saying, Ya idu biblioteko, I am going to the library. Anand again continues his questions. He would like to know how does Anton goes every day. So Anand asks a question in Russian. Каждый день вы ходите в библиотеку? Anand is asking Anton, every day you go by walk to library. Anton answers, да, каждое утро я хожу в библиотеку. Anton says, yes, every morning I go to library by walk. Да, каждое утро я хожу в библиотеку. Anton says, answering, yes, every day I go to the library by walk. А вы куда идете? Where are you going? Anton is asking question to Anand. А вы куда идете? Where are you going? Anand now answers, я иду буфет завтракать. Anand says, I am going to buffet to have breakfast. Я иду буфет завтракать. Anand says, I am going to a buffet to have breakfast. Anton now tells to Anand, приятного аппетита. That means Anton is wishing Anand to have a good appetite. So now Anand answers to Anton, спасибо вам большое. means thank you very much. So now hearing or thanks or gratitude from Anand, Anthan says Pajalusta. Pajalusta means you are welcome. Anthan tells Anand Pajalusta means you are welcome. Let's see further usage and practice same verbs of Itzi and Hadith in further sentences. You must have observed the dialogue of Anthan and Anand, usage of Itzi and Hadith. First, verb Itzi is used mostly for present tense for indicating unidirectional movement, and the second one Hadith for multidirectional movement. Let's see some more examples of these verbs. Now let's see the verbs of Itzi and Hadith in few sentences. Thus, you can understand the difference between these verbs. Ya сейчас иду домой means now I am going home. Я сейчас иду домой. This means now I am going home. Каждый день я хожу домой из колледжа. And the further dialogue continues. The next sentence is every day I go home by walk from my college. Каждый день я хожу домой из колледжа. The next sentence talks about Anthan. Антон сейчас идет на занятия. Means Anthan is going to his classes by walk. Антон сейчас идет на занятия. Anthan now going to his classes by walk. Let's see the next dialogue. Антон каждый день ходит на занятия пешком. Антон каждый день ходит на занятия пешком. Means Anton every day goes to his classes by walk. Anton every day goes to his classes by walk. Let's see how does Anna goes to her classes. Anna любит ходить в библиотеку пешком. Means Anna likes to walk to the library every day. Anna likes to walk to the library every day. So till now we have done Itzi and Hadith and its usage. Now both these verbs like Itzi and Hadith are used to denote movement by walk. Now we have a different verb we have to learn to indicate any movement that happens by a mode of transportation. It could be a car, it could be a train, or it could be a bus. Ехать. The verb is ехать, to go by mode of transportation. Let's see conjugation of this verb ехать. Я еду, I am going, ты едешь, you are going, он, она едет, he or she is going, мы едем, we are going, вы едете, you are going, они едут. This verb meaning is to go, but only thing is that this whenever a person, I mean to say a Russian language speaker, uses mode of transportation for going to some other place, then we use the verb ехать. Till now we have done Itzi and hadith. Meaning of both the verbs are same, to go, but we know that now it is used for indicating unilateral direction, whereas the verb hadith is used for multilateral direction movement. In the same way, there are another pair of verbs are used. Only thing is, these verbs are used when movement happens with the help of transportation. So, in the same way, both the verbs yehaj, yezdis indicate movement by transport. However, yehaj denotes movement in a particular direction, whereas yezdis signifies either to and fro movement or movement in a multiple direction. Let's have a look at the conjugation of the verb yehaj. Yehaj, to go by mode of transportation. Ya yedu, I am going. Ti yedish, you are going. On ana yejid, he is or she is going. Mi yedim, we are going. Vi yedici, you are going. Ani yedut. I will just repeat once again the conjugation of this verb. Ya yedu, I am going. Ti yedish, you are going. O nana yejit, he or she is going. Mi yejim, we are going. Vi yejitsi, you are going. Ani yedut, they are going. Yeah, now we will proceed further and see how to conjugate the verb yezdit. Ya yeju, ti yezdish, on ana yezdit, mi yezdim, vi yezdici, ani yezdiyat. Ya yeju, I am going. Ti yezdish, you are going. On ana yezdit, he or she is going. Mi yezdim, we are going. Vi yezdici, you are going. Ani yezdiyat, they are going. Let us use these verbs like yehaj and yezdit in few dialogues. How are they used? Then by listening to these dialogues, you can understand the difference of these between these verbs. Господин Kapoor, kuda vi yeditsi. Mr. Kapoor, where are you going? Ya yedu, Mumbai. Someone is asking a question to Gaspadin, the Mr. Kapoor, where are you going? Gaspadin Kapoor, kuda vi yeditsi. So Mr. Kapoor is answering, Ya yedu, Mumbai, means I am going to Mumbai. So following the answer of Mr. Kapoor, the person asked another question. Vi часто ездите туда? Vi часто ездите туда? You go to Mumbai often? So for that question, now Mr. Kapoor answers, Да, я часто езжу туда по делам. Да, yes, я часто езжу туда по делам. I often go to Mumbai on business trips. Да, я часто езжу туда по делам. Now let's see the next question. Куда едут Ивановы? Where are Ivanovs going? The question is, Куда едут Ивановы? Where are Ivanovs going? So the answer is, Они едут в Петербург. Now means they are going to St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg can also be said in Russian as Petersburg. Ani jedut Petersburg. They are going to St. Petersburg. Ani часто ездят туда. Now the next question is, do they go there, I mean to St. Petersburg often? Ani часто ездят туда. Do they go often to St. Petersburg? The answer is нет. Они едут туда раз в году. No, they go to St. Petersburg only once in a year. Они едут туда только раз в году. Now, let's see how these verbs are used in explaining various conditions. By reading these examples, the usage of these verbs would be understood in a better way. There is a term called dacha, which means a summer house, or can also be translated as farmhouse, where Russians stay during summer. These dachas are generally located on outskirts of cities. Russians or who are staying there in Russian Federation, then during summer they will go and stay there for a while. That's called dacha. Now the dialogue which talks about dacha. Let's follow the dialogue. Maria Borisovna, вы сейчас едете на дачу? There is someone interested to know if Maria Borisovna now is going to dacha, that is to her summer house. Maria Borisovna, вы сейчас едете на дачу? Maria Borisovna, are you going to summer house now? Now Maria Borisovna answers, да, мы сейчас едем на дачу. Yes, now we are going to our summer house. Да, мы сейчас едем на дачу. Now the next question is, вы часто ездите туда? Do you go there often? Do you go to summer house often? The answer is, мы часто ездим туда летом. Maria Borisovna says, yes, we often go there during summertime. Мы часто ездим туда летом. Now, let's read and understand how to travel or how actually transportation happens in Russian Federation, or in general how these verbs are used and how people travel on various modes of transportation. Now we are talking about velocipede. Velocipede is cycle. Na velocipede. Autobus. Autobus means bus. So when you're traveling on a bus, you say na autobus. If you are traveling on a cycle, you say na velocipede. If you are traveling by a car, then you would say na machine. Machina, na machine. Poezd. If the transportation is happening on a train, then you would say na poezd. Poezd means train. Na poezd means by train. Taxi. Taxi is the translation for English or taxi. So if you are going on a taxi, you would say na taxi. And the very famous mode of transportation which is being used in Russia, in Russian cities, is metro. That is metro. So if you are traveling on a metro, you would say na metro. If you are traveling on a tram, then you would say na tramvai. Tramvai means tram, na tramvai. Trolleybus, it is another mode of transportation which is generally used in Moscow and other famous cities of Russian Federation. Trolleybus. Na trolleybus. If you are traveling by a trolley bus, then you say na trolleybus. If someone is going on a ship, then we say na karable. That is another mode of transportation. If you are going by a ship, then you say na karable. that's on a ship. Let's see further now how these mode of transportations can be used in a sentence. На чем обычно едет Антон Петрович на работу? Now there is a question put about Anton Petrovich. How does he go to his work? How does Anton Petrovich go to his work? На чем обычно едет Anton Petrovich на работу? By which mode of transportation Anton Petrovich generally goes to his work? На работу он обычно едет на метро. The answer is he goes to work often by metro. Anton Petrovich goes to work by metro. На работу он обычно едет на метро. На чем едут Алла и Борис за город? There is another question. Alla and Boris, how do they go to outskirts of the city? На чем едут Алла и Борис за город? Они едут за город на поезде. They go to outskirts of city on a train. На чем вы едете в город? Astrakhan. Another question is asked. На чем вы едете в город Astrakhan? How do you go to Astrakhan? By which mode of transportation you go to Astrakhan? The answer is мы туда едем на корабле. We go there on a ship. We go there on a ship. Now let's come across and see usage of these verbs like itsi, hadith, yekhaz and yezdis in some other examples. Каждое утро Vasily Ivanovich гуляет в парке. Every day Vasily Ivanovich roams around in a park. Here I must tell you, gulyas means to roam around. Whenever people go to a park or to a place, to a playground, they go and take a morning walk. That's called gulyas in Russian. Conjugation of this verb can be explained later on. Now let's see usage of this verb along with the other verbs of motion with like itsi or some other verbs. Каждое утро Vasily Ivanovich гуляет в парке. Every morning Vasily Ivanovich takes a walk in the park. Каждое утро Vasily Ivanovich идет в парк. Every day Vasily Ivanovich walks to park. Каждое утро Vasily Ivanovich идет в парк. Every day Vasily Ivanovich walks to park. В воскресенье студенты играют в футбол на стадионе. Now, there is another sentence says on Sundays, students play football in a stadium. В воскресенье студенты играют в футбол на стадионе. On Sundays, students generally play football on a stadium. В воскресенье студенты идут на стадион. So, to play football, students on Sundays go to stadium. В воскресенье студенты идут на стадион. Students on Sundays go to stadium. Моя бабушка, repeat, моя бабушка живет в деревне. My grandma lives in a village. Моя бабушка живет в деревне. My grandma lives in a village. In practical usage. Сейчас мы едем в деревню. Now we are going to a village. Библиотека имени Ленина находится в центре. Library named after Lenin is in the center of Moscow. Biblioteca imeni Lenina naходится в центре. There is a famous library in the center of Moscow which is dedicated to Lenin. So, Biblioteca imeni Lenina находится в центре. The library named after Lenin is in the center. Каждый день эти аспиранты едут в центр. Every day, these PhD research scholars go to the center. Каждый день, every day, эти аспиранты, these PhD scholars едут в парк. Go to the center. Go to the center. Каждый день эти аспиранты едут в центр. Every day, these PhD scholars go to the center. Now, the question is being asked to one Mr. Reddy of if he had been to National Park Jim Corbett. Господин Reddy, вы были в заповеднике Corbett? Mr. Reddy, were you there? Have you visited the National Park Jim Corbett? The answering to that question, Reddy says, "Да, я ездил туда в октябре." Yes, I had been to that national park in October. Да, я ездил туда в октябре. Yes, I had been to that place in October. That's how now we have done usage of the verbs idsi, ходить, and also the usage of verbs ехать, ездить. So, further we proceed and study some more verbs of motion with prefixes and how the meaning is changed when these verbs are added with extra prefixes like po or do and other prefixes. Thank you.